What's up, everybody? This is WTTL Sports Show and Podcast. We're back after the bye week. We took a week off. I got Logan with me. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Man, we took week 6 off, and we picked the wrong week to take off.
For real. It was a very interesting week.
Yeah, we're going to run down through some recaps right now with this week. The Eagles are still undefeated. She kind of knew that was going to happen. The Giants, are the Giants for real? Or they just got lucky?
I don't know.
It's looking like the NFC East is the best division in the NFC right now.
That's very crazy because last year they went from least to beast. Nobody saw that coming.
Like, wow.
Crazy.
So, what's your biggest takeaway from this week so far? What's your biggest surprise?
By far, it has to be the Jets that are 4-2.
Yeah.
Like nobody would have saw that coming.
That's the other division that's kind of shocking.
Yeah, both East are killing it. Yeah, right now, if the playoffs started, it'd be 3 teams from each East going in, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's very crazy.
I mean, you got the Bills, the Jets, and the Patriots, all with winning records in the East. We're going to start, I guess we'll talk about the Patriots a little bit because that seems to be topic on everybody's show. I'm starting to see it everywhere now. I'm thinking there might be a quarterback controversy in New England. Bailey Zappi's doing a really good job over there.
Yeah, look at his last game. Went 24 for 34, 300 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable for his second game starting. First NFL start, whichever one it is.
Yeah, this week he went 309.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So you think Mac Jones is going to lose his job, or you think?
I don't know. They're both too young to make any decisions right now.
It's a lot like the RG3 Kirk Cousins situation in Washington a few years back.
Yeah.
Where you had two decent really good quarterbacks at the time. And you couldn't go wrong with either one of them.
I mean, Mac Jones is only entering his second year, and Zappy's a rookie. It's just, I think it's too early to judge. I think it's good to have a little cushion in the back for Mac Jones to just rest up and get 100% before he comes back.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about him. You ain't got to rush him back. So that's a good thing. With what else we got? What else we got recapping? Green Bay looks horrible.
Yeah, especially that game. They didn't look too hot.
The last 2 weeks, they've looked bad. I think Ezra might have been right.
Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. I think it's looking like he might have been right about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
We got Minnesota #1, and that division is kind of Minnesota all the way right now.
Yeah, we're gonna be at 5-1, pretty much. I think they locked that division up.
Yeah, Miami gets Tua back next week.
Supposed to. He's on track to play. Cleared all his protocols and started practicing this week. So that's good for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing else happens to him.
Yeah, hopefully he made a full recovery, and
that's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping Olave's back this week from his concussion.
They cleared him. He cleared.
They cleared him, so he should play Thursday. No major issues there. But looking at this recap, Green Bay wasn't the only surprise. They caught me off guard when they come to upsets. I really wanted to talk a little bit about this one. Pittsburgh beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That makes the NFC South look like the old NFC East. It's bad.
That's still anybody's game there. At this point, people would have thought Tampa Bay would have pulled away with the division by now.
Yeah, you should. You would have thought Tampa Bay would have walked away with it, but it doesn't look that way. Now Atlanta coming on strong this week.
New Orleans not that far behind. They still got some stuff to click there, though.
What, New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carolina just traded their number 2 wide receiver.
Arizona.
Yeah. That's because I think
you got
Browns out for the season.
Yeah, it's a most likely season-ending injury. But it said at best 6 games or 7 games. So the replacement.
And I was really looking forward to seeing the Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins tandem at wide receiver this year.
I was too, to be honest with you. I thought it would be pretty solid receiving core. Then we got the Rams. I just want to touch on them real quick. They're not doing terrible, but
Touch on the Rams. We don't have Ezra here, so we're doing it in spirit.
Yeah. Just with the whole Cam Akers debate about him probably not going to be there in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I'm not going to say I didn't see that coming because, Cam Akers really he didn't look like he wanted to be there, and he didn't look like he was really trying.
Yeah. I'll be the first to admit I was wrong about that. I thought he would come back out of his slump, but it didn't happen. He's going to end up not being on the Rams anymore. So
yeah, where do you think the number 1 location he'll probably end up going to?
Me and Ezra started talking about it. I honestly feel like it could be New Orleans coming up just because it's closer to where he's from Mississippi, so it's kind of right there. And usually people go towards their home. And with Kamara, he got like 2 years left on his contract?
He's gonna want a big deal.
Yeah, so and if he does come out this slump he's in New Orleans, the less money you got to pay for a running back. I think you got a good solid RB2 and Akers.
Definitely an upgrade from what we have.
Yeah, just because Mark Ingram's great and all, but he's on that.
I wouldn't mind having Cam Akers, but I don't know if, I'm not sure if we have enough trade capital for him.
I don't see him. I think you can buy low on Akers right now, just because of the slump he's in. He hasn't played in a while, so I think they could buy very low, probably like 5th, 4th round pick.
Well, we can get him for that, and it's worth it. I think that's a good deal.
The max you can go for is a 3rd. I don't see him going for much higher. No, 1st and a 2nd.
No.
So
we don't have.
If they were asking for that, I wouldn't pay that anyway. But yeah, it's a good spot for him to land closer to home. Saints have always been a good solid run. Yeah, always been a good solid run game. That's what at least what they need to get back is to a solid run game.
Yeah, I think that's one of New Orleans is that, and we need a wide receiving core back.
Yeah, with all those injuries and stuff.
Yeah. When you looked at it on paper before the season started, we had one of the best trios at wide receiver, and now we have Olave.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is injured again. Landry is injured, which Landry will be back in a week or two.
Yeah, Landry, no, I'm worried about. But that does bring the question: do they go sign OBJ because he's still out there, and Rams aren't giving him what he wants? And
They can. I think they can. They can get once again. I think you can buy low on OBJ. Anybody wants? I know he wants to go, but the difference is, OBJ wants to go to a Super Bowl contender.
yeah,
He wants another ring.
that's what I'm feeling.
And as much as I like the Saints, they are not a Super Bowl contender this year. They may be a late playoff contender at this point because they just cannot get it together.
Well, they'll be a wild card for sure if they make it.
Yeah, definitely. But I did I'll touch on the Denver Broncos.
My defense still looks solid.
That defense looks solid.
But if they can allow offense to click, the team would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that offense. Like, you got wide receivers, you got running backs, you got Russell Wilson. I don't know if it's a play calling issue or a confidence issue in Wilson, or they holding him back or whatever.
I'm not sure what it is.
But I mean, that defense continues to look solid. Like they held the Chargers to 19 points and caught an L, and they were leading the entire game.
They basically held on to one score, one
Yeah.
touchdown. The rest were field goals.
And I was like, and a couple of weeks ago, they had a field goal game with the 49ers. I mean, you can't argue the results of Denver Broncos defense. You just can't.
They've been there. That's just getting that offense to click together. That's what's holding them back.
Yeah. But two offenses that don't have any problems clicking is the one you wanted to talk about, is the Bills and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That was a lot more low scoring than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we were expecting like the same as the AFC Championship last year. They were both scoring 40 points. It was a much more defensive game than I expected it to be.
Which is going to make the AFC Championship more interesting this year?
I think so. For sure. That's if they even meet again in the AFC. There's a lot of more AFC teams that could.
Yeah, true.
I think could make a little Cincinnati Bengal run again.
Yeah, they look like they're protecting Joe Burrow better, and
I'm very interested to see how the Jets would fare in the playoffs. That would be very.
Can't believe we're talking about the Jets and the Dolphins going to the playoffs.
I mean, if you look at the Jets' schedule, I think
that's crazy.
They could only lose 2 more games, and both of those being to the Bills. But if somehow they upset it, I think they could only
the Bills. Yeah.
I mean, I could see them beating the Patriots. I could see them beating the Broncos. I think they'll split against the Patriots, though, so there's another loss. They can beat the Bears. I think the Vikings will be a good game for them. I mean, they could beat the Lions, got the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, well.
They could beat the Jags. The Seahawks have always been high-scoring games.
I think the Jets are going to have a lot of high-scoring games coming up. The Denver game is going to be a slugfest, but they can come out in Denver.
I think they come out in Denver this week, too.
So
it'll be very interesting for the Jets. You're talking another 2-3 losses for them, and they end up 14-3.
Question: if both the Jets and the Giants make the playoffs, who gets home field advantage? And they both have they're both got to host a game. It's going to be very fun scheduling that.
It'll be fun painting the fields too. They play both on the same day. Like rush out, paint the field real quick, and get that New York team.
It's a good year to be a fan of a New York team.
For real, nobody would thought the Giants would be 5-1 right now.
I know, right? I think at this point in the season, that is my biggest surprise so far.
Daniel Jones got 1,000 yards passing right now.
Daniel Jones got what?
He has 1,000 yards passing.
Daniel Jones, the one they always gave so much crap about. He wasn't going to make it. He wasn't going to do. He ain't the answer. Looked like he found the answer in a book somewhere.
Hey, Brian Dabble doing his job up there. So kudos to him.
Definitely, that's crazy. I'm glad for New York teams. One more thing I want to touch on before we get done with this recap, and I don't know if there's any more you want to touch on, but the collapse of the Baltimore Ravens right before our eyes.
I mean, you called it, bro. They're on top of the division though, so.
Yeah, but I don't see it. They've been on top of the division for very long. I mean,
yeah, maybe.
It's the fourth quarter they collapse. It's like you can bet on it. I mean, you're the fourth quarter. You gotta seal those games.
Yeah, they can't finish the game. That's all it is. They can come out strong. First 3 quarters, play lights out, offense and defense. In the fourth quarter, it's just like their practice squad goes in or something, and then another team can light them up.
It's like, I don't feel like winning no more. I'm good. I did enough today. Makes it very frustrating for fantasy football owners when they have Ravens players. Because you get really good Ravens players.
Luckily.
I am not happy with fantasy football right now, folks. I am 3-3, and I want to say 4-6 or something in ESPN.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
I don't understand it.
I'm 3-3, 2-4, 5-1, and then 4-2 in the welcome to the league.
Yeah.
Which I escaped against Andy last week with Austin Eckler coming in clutch for me. Yeah. But every time I play him, I win off of somebody.
The funny thing about that is, and I'm sorry, Andy, but Andy said at the beginning of the season, during the draft, I'm going to take Austin Eckler again, and I'm not going to trade him this year. I traded him last year. He did the same thing.
He told me that too, because when I gave him Taylor, which it ended up being in my favor. Taylor hasn't played in like 3 weeks. And Eckler just scored me like 30 points every week.
Eckler was the only thing on that Chargers offense that was working last week. I think I got to look at it. I'm going to look at it right quick. I think Justin Herbert might have put up 10.42 points in our Dynasty League. And we got bonuses in our Dynasty League. He put up 10 points.
That's what won me in that league, too, against you.
Like, you got to be kidding me. That is terrible.
I was looking at it. I was like, he needs like 30 points out of Herbert. He's probably going to get it tonight. I'm going to fall to 2-4.
I was feeling good going into that game, too, man. I'm like, man, Herbert, all I need is 30 points. Herbert's going to get 30 points. It's easy for him.
That's what I thought, but hey.
Nah.
I won with Zach Wilson, Kyle Murray.
Not this time. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. You got anything else you want to cover and recap before we go to break?
No, everything. We covered everything pretty much. We can get ready to move on to our next segment.
Talk a little bit about rookies and talk about the picks.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back, folks. What's up, everybody? This is Beanie. I'm going to take a brief moment to remind you to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Anchor. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. anywhere you get your social media at, we're gonna try to be there. And I'm gonna thank y'all again for supporting us. And without no further ado, back to the show. Welcome back to WTTL. I tried to get Logan to do the intro, but he didn't.
Oh, I didn't catch on. I didn't know.
Oh, well.
I'll do the next one. All
right, yeah. You can do the segue to picks because we're just gonna switch to picks and all that. We're gonna talk about some rookies. Normally we pick one rookie and we both talk about it. This week we're just gonna talk about a couple rookies. And
yeah, there's a couple coming up. First one I want to touch on.
We can pick later on. Who do you want to talk about first in rookie world?
First one, I think we need to mention the amazing comeback that just happened. I mean, with Brian Robinson.
Yes.
Being no preseason. He was shot twice in his leg. Made an amazing comeback. Made an amazing comeback. I didn't think he'd be back in 6 weeks. But he was, and scored his first career touchdown in his first game.
It was.
And I think he's going to take over.
How good he's going to be in the future.
I think he's going to take over the job. I think he already took it over from Gibson.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't much to take from Gibson.
Yeah. Rivera.
Antonio Gibson.
It's clear that Rivera likes. It's clear Rivera likes Robinson more than Gibson when he said that Gibson was going to be moved to punt returner, kick returner. You get more reps than that when Robinson came back. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do the rest of the year and the future of his career. He's going to be a great, outstanding back.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think he's definitely the Washington's number one now. Yeah. Amazing, like you said, shot twice and not only to make it back, but to come back and then your first game you get to play in the pros to score the first touchdown of that game.
For real. It was definitely an inspirational story there.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. I'm glad he's back. The next rookie we're gonna talk about. Who you got next?
Let's talk about Sauce.
Sauce, yes, Mr.
The best corners in the draft, for real. Dude's already making an impact for that defense. New York's definitely seeing
one, and he finally got his pick 6.
That New York's feeling a little Darrelle Revis coming on here.
See, I normally don't like comparing rookies to like really good players from the past until they show enough, and I think Sauce has showed plenty enough to be compared to Darrelle Revis.
Picking off Aaron Rodgers in his rookie season, then taking it to the end zone. Yeah, Sauce was a good pick for New York in that draft. Going with him over Stingley. Not saying Stingley's not going to get his yet. He hasn't done it yet, but right now, Saul's looking to be the number one cornerback in the draft.
Definitely leader for a rookie I think he's still, I don't know, I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm sure he's right there at the number 1 or number 2 of that rookie of the year competition.
I think he's nipping that. Whoever the defensive leader is, defensive rookie of the year, I think he's nipping at the season right there after the game.
And I mean, not only him, the Jets, which have made some really good picks and really put everything together especially this year. Breece Hall had like a coming out party of sort of his own.
In the last 2 weeks, he's been going on.
Just
crazy.
Running over people like they ain't nothing. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about the Jets a lot today, but the Jets
are. But hey, they're
shocking, and Ezra called it at the beginning of the year. He said the Jets were going to be good. I didn't know they were going to be this good.
Yeah, at the draft, he told us when he drafted Elijah Moore, he's like, Jets are going to be a contender in the AFC East. And look, lo and behold, they're 1 game behind Buffalo.
Yeah, they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna win the East. They'll definitely be a wild card.
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs for sure.
And Drake London's still doing Drake London things.
Yeah, amazing receiver for Atlanta. I know. Waiting for Ritter to get on that position. And hopefully, Atlanta
I
takes
don't
off.
know, man. Marcus Mariota keep playing like he's playing. Ritter might not get that.
You know, I don't want to rush him either. I think it's a good thing for him to sit behind somebody. Anyway, but once he is ready, I think they're gonna go crazy. But bouncing off that quarterback to another quarterback, next two quarterbacks we're gonna talk about. Kenny Pickett. I mean, he's not looking terrible. He's not. Hey, they beat Tampa Bay before he went out. He was playing a good, solid game, man. Man, you can't ask for much more out of that.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back soon. I mean, I don't think he lost his starting job he just got yet.
No, I don't think he lost it either. I just think it. But now I think the Steelers is going to rest him, make sure he's 100% before they send him back out there. They don't want to risk re-injuring him.
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't. You want to risk it. Not with your what you think is going to be your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, and bouncing off that, talking about injuries and resting up. New England's got that kind of situation going on right now with Mac Jones and rookie quarterback Bailey Zappi. Which, wow. 309 yards passing, 2 touchdowns.
I'm like, I think he's a 4th round pick.
Yeah. He was taken right before, around before Sam Howell and around after Malik Willis.
Yep, and he's.
Already got a leg up on both of them.
If you'd have said he'd have been the one out of that rookie class that was starting, the two that got drafted were supposed to be the ones. And I think Sam Howell's starting his job's coming soon.
Yeah, they announced Heineke's starting this week, so Howell's going to be back up.
Carson Wentz got concussion, I think.
I think it's something to do with his shoulder or his finger.
Is it shoulder injury? No, it's upper body.
I think his hand, maybe. It's one of those two. I know he has to have like surgery on it or something. So he's gonna be out like 3 to 4 weeks. So I mean, maybe we'll see how in the next couple weeks. Yeah, Heineke can't get it done.
We'll see how Heineke does, but Heineke didn't do much last year or the year before.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah, they gave him a shot
or the year.
Yeah,
it was last year where it was like the starter or something, and then it was like the year before where they got into the playoffs and he made some like almost beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Whoa,
everybody's freaking out Heineke." Yeah, everybody's freaking out over Heineke, but not anymore. So
yeah, definitely. And I think that's pretty much covers it. Is there anybody else? Let me look.
I can't really think of any other rookies I want to touch on. Besides those few that we had, those are the biggest ones. Yeah, with Olave coming back from his concussion. Yeah. But after that, I think that's pretty much it.
Olave is gonna do the Saints really need him, so I'm hoping they say he's 100%, so we'll see how he does Thursday night.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think we can segue into our picks, talking about Thursday night. Speaking of Thursday night.
Saints
versus Cardinals. The desert.
In the desert. In the desert. Yeah. What? That's gonna be an interesting.
It really is.
It's an interesting
Depending on how the Saints can handle a mobile quarterback, which they have proven that they can. Defensive wise, offensively, they've been struggling a little bit offensively, trying to find that click. Not saying it's not there yet,
Yeah.
Or won't get there, but offensively, I still need to find that click. But I'm gonna go with the Cardinals this week. I think they're due for it, and
well,
I think it'll be a low-scoring game. It'll be a very defensive game, but I just think that Cardinals offense is going to come out on top.
I would welcome that because the Saints defense has had a rough go at the last couple weeks. With Seattle doing what Seattle did and then coming down to the wire with Cincinnati. But with that being said, because I'm a Saints fan, because of the new Call of Duties coming out this week, I'm going to take the Saints to win Thursday night over the Cardinals. For those two reasons.
The double XP weekend or whatever.
There you go. Kyler Murray don't play good on double XP weekend. And so I'm going to take.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. It could go either, like I said,
it's 50-50 either way on that one.
Yeah. That's 50-50 with that one either way.
So let's move on. Sunday night football.
Ooh.
Sunday night football. Now more interesting than it was a week ago. We have the Dolphins and the Steelers. Who you got?
I'm not gonna lie. Tua's coming back. I'm very, very hopeful. Hopefully he's 100%. And with 100% Tua, hopefully avoiding further injuries at all costs. The O-line just go crazy and start blocking like crazy. I gotta go with the Dolphins. I mean, even defensively, I think they're gonna stop Pittsburgh. And,
because defensively for Pittsburgh really hasn't had a really awesome game yet. I think it's going to be a good game. I think, like you said, that offensive line is going to protect. Hopefully, fantasy Mostert gets some yards, and Tua has a nice comeback game. I'm going with the Dolphins. We agree on that one. We'll lock that one in together.
Yeah, hopefully Wttl gets his. Hopefully Wttl gets his.
Yeah.
Help me out.
And the last primetime game we have is Monday
night football. Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots.
And that's a tough one. That really was a hard one for me to pick.
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me too, just because of how hot the Patriots are right now, coming off their 2 wins, dominating wins too. At that, their defense has been playing lights out, but I feel like that's got to give soon. And with that being said, I gotta go with Chicago and Fields, bro.
Is this your upset, or do you have another one?
I do have another one.
Okay, well,
it's not my upset, but I do think Chicago's gonna pull it out this week on prime time.
Yes, I think Fields puts it together. The running game for Chicago is good. And we agree on 2 of these primetime games. I'm gonna give it to Chicago too. I think they get it. There's nothing against the Patriots. It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be worth watching. I'm not off Monday night, but I'm still gonna watch it on my phone.
I think I'm off on Mondays, so I'll be watching that game too.
So we got 3 really good primetime games this week. We should not be let down this week, hopefully on primetime.
And then plus our little game of the week. I chose Kansas City, San Francisco. I think this is a game San Francisco can bounce back, but I still don't think it's gonna be enough. But it's gonna be good momentum for them. I think Chiefs coming off their loss to Buffalo, they're a little upset, ready to get back in the win column. And I think Jimmy G and the 49ers feel the same, but I just think the Chiefs prevail in this one. But I think that's going to be a good matchup for them. I think the Niners got a pretty nice defense. Chiefs got a pretty nice defense. It's gonna be a good test for both offenses. I just think Kansas City's offense is more high powered on that one.
Yeah. That is not my game of the week. However, we agreed on another one. This is my lock game of the week. This is my lock. This is it. Like, it's not my game of the week. I have another game of the week. I'm gonna share with you in a second. But this is my lock. I think there's no way the Chiefs lose this game. I don't think it's going to be close. Like you said, they suffered a loss to the Bills, and Patrick Mahomes does not want to lose 2 weeks in a row.
Wow. Okay, we agreed on 3 games this week.
Yes, and I locked, and that's going to be my lock. What's your lock?
My lock is them boys versus Detroit. Last defense and worst defense in the league. Dak's coming back. I mean, what more can you ask for? He's coming back against the worst defense in the league.
Here's a question.
I think it's about to be a.
Here's a question. I'm gonna let you continue. Here's one question though. I got Jared Goff starting in our dynasty league. So is it going to be a shootout?
No.
Oh, come on now.
No. There's going to be a lot of scores for Dallas for sure. Maybe the defense scores too. I don't know.
Well, Hurts is on bye week, so I got to start Goff.
Maybe we can work something out off screen. We can send you a little QB real quick. I got like 5 on my roster.
Oh,
but yeah, my lock is Dallas.
Yeah, I that's a good lock. I'm not surprised. Nobody who watches the show should be surprised with that pick. So
I actually haven't picked them a lot this year, so
yeah.
With that coming back, I'll be picking them.
I think Dallas gets that win back because they lost it. They're like they don't want to lose 2 weeks in a row.
And
I don't think it's going to be as low scoring on Detroit's part as you think, though.
Yeah, I think Detroit will put some scores up, But I think Dallas just dominates this game.
Dallas runs away with it by halftime, yeah.
Micah Parsons is really ticked off coming off last week.
You gotta say Dallas runs away by halftime.
You could tell by it's clearly. It was not 35-0 by halftime.
But it might be like 42-28 by the end of the game.
I'm fine with that.
Because like I said, Detroit's going to put in. I think Dallas is going to run away with it at halftime. My game of the week is another team that, they won this week, and I think they're going to win again this next week. I think showing what they did a couple weeks ago against the Saints, I'm going to take the Chargers and the Seahawks because the Seahawks, to me, I think is a good game of the week. It's going to be 2 West Coast teams, and I think the Chargers are going to win it because the Chargers, yes, they won, but they barely won, and they need to quiet some of the question marks right now. They might not be as powerful, as high-powered as they were. So I'm taking the Chargers over Seahawks, and I think that's my game of the week. So I did give you the Chiefs game, but it's not a game of the week.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Seattle's coming off some slump. Just playing the Saints, but
the Chargers scraping by. They need a convincing win.
Yeah, I think both teams are coming in this game. Need to get back on track. Get things clicking again. So yeah, I can see it being a good game. A good pick.
And here we go.
Our upset category.
Yep.
Let's
direct your hate mail to welcome to the league 3127 at gmail.com.
I'm gonna let you take first one on this one.
I will gladly take this one, and I'm gonna start it by saying I'm sorry, Saints fans. I'm gonna take the Falcons over the Bengals as my upset.
Ooh.
The Falcons showed something to me last week, and I think they can beat the Bengals. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to the last second. It might be the last person with the ball wins. But I'm going to take the Falcons over the Bengals as my upset.
That's a good one. That's cool. I like it. But I went a totally different direction with this. I went I went all AFC in this matchup, and both teams are only one win. One's 1-3-1. One's 1-4. And I see this 1-4 team just keep going into a slump, and I think they're gonna still continue to go into a slump this week. And that's the Houston Texans upsetting the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, wow. That is a good pick. I want to hear your reasoning.
I mean, Houston's coming off a bye, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think Vegas is too.
Yeah, I think they're
both teams are going to be fresh. The Raiders can't seem to get it together. I mean, offensively, you expected a high elite offense, and we still haven't been seeing it. And defensive wise, they got a solid defense, yeah. The Texans are young. They're explosive. Damian Pierce is a young buck running back. I know. I got him in one league, so I'm in one too. But Houston. I just feel like they're gonna upset this week, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Raiders continue to go into a downward spiral here.
Yeah, especially after last week with the whole Devontae Adams. Oh, week 2 weeks ago. Devontae Adams getting mad and pushing the camera guy or whoever he was on the sideline because he was upset with the call.
That's another thing. I think there's a lot of drama between him and Carr. And maybe they resolved it this week in a bye week. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of drama going on in Vegas because they had too high of expectations for themselves, and the fans had too high of expectations for them. And the Texans, fans got no expectations for them. Everybody expects them to be last place.
And it might very well be at the end of the season, but not this week.
Not this week. No.
Man, the Texans that's a good pick. The Texans they got some magic working over there.
Yeah, I like what Lovie Smith's doing.
Yes.
Their defense isn't that bad. And Lovie Smith is a defensive coach anyway, so I know they're working on their defense. And like I said, offensive-wise, they're young, explosive, and eager to get on the field. And you got some veteran experience in there, too, with Brandon Cooks. I'm digging the Texans this week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm rooting for the state of Texas this week.
Continues. Vegas is not living up to their own expectations. All right.
Yeah, they've yet to hit that jackpot.
Good picks this week. Who are the Rams playing this week for Ezra?
I think they're on bye week this week.
They're on bye week? Well, Rams win this week.
Well, we'll see. If they trade Cam Akers, they win. If they don't, they lose. So we'll go with that mentality.
Well, this has been a shorter episode over the last couple of weeks. It's great having you, and I'm sure you'll be back next week because you're the best co-host I got right now. I hope y'all have a good week, and you got anything else to say to the folks?
Nope. All good.
Well, we're going to leave it like we always do. Deuces.